Welcome back, everybody. So I recorded the intro to this episode a week ago, and then while I was editing, I was watching. It was fucking boring. So shit escalated with the Foxbody. As I was doing all the new gauges and stuff like that, I realised the wiring was a fucking mess. I spent 2 hours tracing a fault with the oil light. So you know what? Gonna rip it out and rewire it. First things first, let's rip some shit out. If you're having wiring issues, listen, just fucking rip it out. Rip it all out. You'll have to work out how to put it back in, or you give up on your whole project. Not likely. So that's what we've got. It was bought from a company in the UK called Down to Earth Wiring. It's a generic 12 circuit fuse block. Yeah, so that's the thing. And then the 16 miles of cable with it. Now that looks pretty intimidating. The thing to note with these kits, while it's in the box, it looks like a mess, but it's actually divided up into an engine bay area and front of the car, under dash and rear of the car. And then each cable is labelled with its function. But remember, we don't need to know what everything does, because once this is situated and the cables are run, we're going to work on each section individually. So it'll be broken down into bite-sized chunks. This video is not a tutorial. Keeps dropping fuses out, and then I need to get a photo of this so I know exactly what's where. Yeah, I've dropped the hazard fuse now. Is that the headlight fuse? Who knows? It's double labelled. I'll work it out. I found my first error. Hazard with 2 Z's there. So it's a hazard. Let's just remove things. Like I said, I'm going to rip everything out. But what you can do, which is what I'm going to do, I am going to rip everything out, but certain things I'm going to leave as much cable on as possible. So yeah, if you're building something from the ground up, guys, just wire it from scratch. So many people out there do pretty fucking awesome builds, and they still use loads of the original wiring, which I get why people do it, but it's not that hard. If an idiot like me can do it, anyone can. I'll see what's going on the other side of the grommet under the hood. Split loom, covering stuff. What's everyone think? Yay or nay? So I'm glad I talked myself out of just cutting that in there, because I want to save the connector for the wipers and a bit of wiring from that. So yeah, let me get that stripped out. 15-second time lapse you've just watched. Took me 10 fucking minutes. I want to split the wiring to both sides. So the original plan was to run all the lights down the driver's side of the car, and then all the ignition stuff on that side of the car, because my starter solenoid's mounted there. Replacing the 6AL with the Hyperspark unit. So you know what, I might stick that in the car. Let me have a look, 1 second. So that's the Hyperspark unit. I might put it in the car. And looking at this, I reckon I could tuck the wire in. Fuck, why do I keep making this harder? So I've dug the wiring out for the Hyperspark. There's a live and neutral there, which again, you want that run nice and short. But then the coil leads well long, so it just makes sense to mount it in the car. You just saw literally a pure cos ADHD moment live as it happened. I literally came round here to cut this bit of loom, and now we've escalated to remounting electronics inside, wire tucking shit. Yeah, welcome to my existence. Right, that's done. So that's just a bit of 5mm acrylic. And what I've done here, there's 2 mounting points for the fuse board. That's these 2 here. They're just riv nuts. Riv nuts will hold into anything. So yeah, got that. And then what I've done in the body of the car on the tunnel, which I'll show you in a second, I've drilled out the 4 mounting holes for this plate and then inserted riv nut. So you can see the 4 riv nuts there. Now this is the reason I only carpeted the rear of the car and not the front, because I knew I'd be doing this. So that's our mounting point. All of them are flat. I did a bit of hammer work just to level out any of the metal pressings. The fuse board, I'm going to print off some standoffs to raise it, so I could, maybe if I want to, run the wires behind, whatever. But I like the idea of standing it off so it's nice and square. Why has he put the fuse board there? Because there's my current one. Look, fuses are back on that side, so terrible idea. Other thing as well, car's stripped out. I might as well put things where they're accessible. Not only that, that switch panel I showed you is going to hover in this area somewhere. So I'll have a box of relays here, output into the circuits I'm adding. So it just makes the most sense, easy to get to, and my dash finishes on this line. So getting to the fuses will be super easy. So let's get, that's all bolted down now. Start removing all this shit. I'm not going to make notes on anything. I'm just going to rip it all out and hate myself later. Right, it's the next day. So last night I carried on removing stuff. I've disconnected the MSD, like all the ignition box. I've worked out exactly where I'm going to run all the headlight stuff. I've then got all the sender bits over here, main power feeds are over there. Right, this is where you got to be smart. I've had to pull that through twice now because I didn't loop it over the steering column, which was pretty fucking stupid of me. So yeah, bring them through. Again, just make sure you're not going to damage anything. And then yeah, if you need to tape the ends together so you can pull them through, use masking tape. Doesn't leave any residue whatsoever. Other thing to bear in mind, when you're routing anything up and around the steering column, make sure move all the pedals, move everything around, just in case. Because the ideal spot to have routed this would have put it right near the throttle cable, the top of the throttle pedal. So yeah, we're here. First bit done. I'll show you what's left in the car. I've gone, oh, is that even in focus? So hard filming in the car and I don't want to use a GoPro. So I've gone over the steering column here. Gives me a few points to tie to once it's all wrapped. And then around here I can leave a bit of a service loop. Again, can you see it? Just about. That goes for the factory grommet, which will take some sealing up and a cable tie. And then I've got another one at the bottom. Now the engine bay bundle, the under dash bundle, the steering column bundle, and then the rear light bundles have been routed. I need to mount all the components I'm going to be using. I probably should have done this at the beginning with the fuse box. I need to mount the Hyperspark box, the coil, and then I need to make some looms, mini looms for the headlights, because I've got twin headlights, so I need to make double up on the connectors. Let's strip the headlights out. So in the kit, you've got two of these headlight bulb thingies pre-terminated. And then I've got one of the originals off the car. So I need to attach this like so. So I've got a little, like I said, a little sub loom. So two of them are done. So here's the other thing I made. So that's the main fuse for the fuse box coming off of the starter solenoid, directly from the battery. But because I'm running keyless, I wanted to run a big ass relay. So I've got an 80 amp fuse there and an 80 amp relay there. I can run everything off a cool little small switch, i.e. your standard fighter pilot switch here. Use a relay, so it's my trigger and ground. That's normally open, so when the relay triggers, that closes, cuts power. So that's the one I want to use, normally closed. So I'm going to get rid of that one. But yeah, that's the other thing I've done. This is going to control everything in the car. Now, you're probably wondering why you got so many switches, Cos. I know for a fact I need 6. I'd rather have the option to add in future rather than scramble around to fit a switch somewhere. So I need 6, I've got 4 spares. Now, no high current's going to run through this. This is going to be, look, this is going to be a whole video on itself, but essentially this thing here, this control box, is going to output to another box that's full of relays, and then those relays will have output connectors, so it'll be easy to add components, add circuits, fault find, everything. The whole car will come alive when I flick this switch. That's what the big boy relays are for. But again, that's going to be another episode, but it's just showing you what we got coming. And then on this side you've got the dash bits and the column bits, and then on that side is all the rear stuff, but I want the rear stuff on this side. But I might put it on that side now. I don't know. Right, so it's a week later. Wires ripped out, fuse board and relay board fitted, components placed, and then it's just a case of connecting everything together. And then once everything's connected, rip it all out again, sheath it, wrap it, label it, crimp it, do what you got to do with it. So let's show you where I'm at. The back of the dashboard, made that all neat, that's all done. Relay board is all mounted, the switch is all wired, so that's for your lights. My little pièce de résistance, my little relay controller. I'll explain that a bit later. And then hidden over there is the ignition box for the sniper. That's all plugged, well, that's not wired yet, it's just fitted, but we're saving that for the EFI episode. Indicators are all sorted, they all work. I still don't have a hazard set up yet, but I'm not sure I'm going to attack that. That lovely bit of cable there runs the trunk for all the rear lights and the fuel gauge and the fog light. Brand new solenoid and a little sort of power distribution board. So rather than everything hanging off the solenoid, we've got most of it there, which will be a lot neater when I'm done. Remember, we're just getting everything to work. Ended up remaking the little mini headlight looms with these rather awesome ceramic, but then plastic capped H4 connectors in orange because I like orange. As you can see, other than the HT leads and those little grounds there, there's no visible cables in the engine bay. There's a little bundle coming out there, but you can barely see that. There's a little bundle there, which you won't be able to see when I'm done. And that's because I've run all the lighting under the wing. Yeah, I'm gonna have a clean up inside the car and get the dash mounted. Thanks for putting up with that. That video was all over the place. It was never meant as a tutorial. Yeah, I did it over a period of 2 weekends. Didn't actually take that long. The actual wiring bit's really easy. It's working out where you need to run cables. Now, it seems pretty obvious. I'll go in the engine bay for the engine bay, but it's cutting stuff down, making those decisions, thinking about how it's going to impact future stuff. So yeah, listen, it's all in, it all works. I need to fit a couple of senders for the gauges. Tacho's going to be run off the ignition system. So yeah, I'm not worried about all that. That'll come later. But this is my worst style of video, like, because I've got ADHD, like weapons grade ADHD. So it's really hard for me to kind of break focus on work and then move over to video, but it is what it is. In the next video, when we fit the ignition system and the EFI, plumbing all the fuel tank and all that, because I've done it before, it's easy for me to shoot more of a tutorial style video. But again, yeah, if there's anything you want to know about the install or anything you're wondering, just ask, like, and I'll shoot a follow up. My engagement's been crap lately, and I don't know why. I think it's because I'm using AI thumbnails, so I'm going to stop using them. But other than that, man, thanks for sticking around. Have a great week, and get in your workshop.
Like, hey, bark, bark.